This video is going to be on how neutrophils are produced and normally flow throughout the body, so neutrophil physiology or kinetics. Neutrophils are produced in the bone marrow, just like red blood cells that we already learned about. And they're produced in the bone marrow in response to various cytokines, inflammatory cytokines, and also growth factors. These cells start at the myeloblast stage, and they undergo sequential divisions and maturations until they get to the segmented neutrophil form. And as you notice, as the neutrophils mature, their nucleus becomes more condensed and more segmented, and their cytoplasm becomes more eosinophilic, and they do become smaller. So this whole process occurs over about 5 days within the bone marrow. Now within the bone marrow, they are divided into a subpool, well, two subpools, and that's the proliferating pool, which can undergo cell division, and then the maturation pool, so those cells that can no longer divide but still have to mature before they're released into circulation. Now the maturation pool contains a subpool of segmented neutrophils that are fully mature, but they're just kind of reserve cells and just waiting for some sort of inflammatory stimulus to come along so that they can rapidly respond to that inflammation. And that's called the storage pool. Within the blood, there are also two pools. There are those neutrophils that are free-flowing within the blood, and those are called the circulating pool. And then there's those neutrophils that are adhered to the endothelium temporarily. They could either go back into the circulating pool, or they can go and migrate into the tissues. And this pool is called the marginal pool. Now it's important to note that only the circulating neutrophils, so those neutrophils in the circulating pool, are sampled during a blood draw. So these blood neutrophils circulate for about 10 hours, and then they do migrate into the tissues where they survive for about 1 to 2 days and then undergo cell death. So much shorter lifespan compared to the red blood cells.